Congress passed the Defense of Marriage Act in 1996, which defines marriage as between a man and a woman. Because of this act, gay couples cannot receive federal benefits. The Supreme Court met on Wednesday to discuss the issue. AC students share their opinion on the subject.
I think to each his own. It doesn't affect me one way or another. If they want to get married, let them.
I think personally, I have two family members of mine that are gay, and gay marriage is just basically like regular marriage. It's like a man and a woman being married. It's not a big deal. I don't understand why people have to be so ignorant about it.
It doesn't line up with God's word.
I mean, I'm not against it, but I mean, I'm not really for it. Like, if you want to marry the same sex, it should be your own opinion.
I mean, if you like that person, doesn't matter if you're gay or lesbian or whatever, you should just go for it. You know, I have no negative thoughts about it in any kind of way.
You know, it's just the way you see it, but I'm for it. He's for it. She's for it. And we have our reasons, so I mean, technically...
Everybody has their own reasons. The biggest thing is the fundamental right for everybody to have either that option to get married and have that same freedom that everybody else has.
Exactly.
If the Defense of Marriage Act is invalidated, how could it affect the standing opinions of America's various religious, political, and social groups?
It's the gay people get married, and their rights are on the couch at that point because it doesn't really affect anybody else. You know? And if it's against your religious beliefs, don't go to the wedding. Don't acknowledge they're married if you don't want to, you know?
And a big problem we have here in this part of the country is geographically we're in the Bible Belt. It's just not as open to that type of thinking yet, but we're getting there.
It would probably be considered a huge deal. Like, probably a lot of people will get offended, especially those of the older generation. They'll probably be like, no, this is not how God intended it to be.
There's going to be people that are going to disagree with whatever decisions are made either way, but I hope it does get passed.
I think if it was legalized, it would create a lot more conflict than it is now.
Really, based on our voices, do we really have the option to change that, or do we have the option to make it, you know, legal? I mean, really, like you said, at one point they never thought that, you know, racism was going to be taken away, and now look, we have Obama as a president. So I mean, who would have guessed that?
This is Brandi Hutcheson with the Ranger Online.